Hi, I'm Justin Sale. I'm a college freshman, and my discipline is film.
I'm Danny Vigor. I am all of those other things. That would be when my alarm clock wakes me up in the morning. I have a piece of software on my computer that plays a music playlist to wake me up.
In the morning is just when I wake up and I get on Facebook and check my Facebook.
So is that like a daily regimen for you?
It's not really a daily thing. I think it's just kind of I'm bored and it's 7:30 in the morning and I have an hour and a half till class. I'm gonna get on Facebook kind of thing.
So it's a boredom thing. Do you often, occupy yourself with,
Technology.
technology? Yeah.
Yeah, I would say like anytime people these days are bored, they do something technology related, like just everything. I'd probably be a lot smarter
In what way?
Really?
What do you mean?
because I'd probably like read for fun as opposed to sitting there and playing Super Mario Brothers in my room all day.
See, I would have to argue that technology has only empowered me to have more access to information and therefore become a more intelligent creature of this earth.
I love Wikipedia too.
I mean, technology, just like anything else, empowers people to have more power over their own lives and other people. And so when wielded for a positive use, you can have a tremendously beneficial benefit, like for medical use and science and education. But on the other hand, it can also have a negative use, like when people use technology like weapons to hurt each other or, cars to run each other over and stuff like that.
It's pretty remarkable when you think about it, because when you go to like a place like Epcot and they have those rides that went into the future, and everything in their version of the future is crappier than it is now.
That is true. It's like two people like doing a video chat, but like everyone can do video chats now. I mean, my grandmother knows how to do a video chat.
And like just the way everything looks, it's like so big and chunky, and now it's just like itty bitty webcam and stuff like that.
Yeah, well, I think what we see increasingly with consumer technology is the ability to be basically removing the technology from the product. So I mean, you have these little cell phones and stuff that are so small, it's almost like they're basically magic. Stephen Jones, our filmmaking teacher, calls our computers magic box. In fact, because the consumer doesn't even have access to the internals. They don't have to deal with the hardware and the software in the same way as people had to do in the past. It's become more streamlined to the point where it just integrates with our lives.
What do you think is the result of that?
Danny, would you like to take this one?
Yeah, sure. Well, I would say that the computer age has caused that, because it used to be in the age of mechanical devices where the internals of something were easily accessible. If you're using an abacus or something, you can move little pieces around. It's very obvious how it works, but a calculator, in comparison, it takes a lot more learning and education to understand exactly what's going on.
I would think just the difference would be just like for convenience, like people use technology because it's easier, and it's like I'm going to use the calculator or this. It's just you're going to use the calculator.
Right.
Yeah.
Technology empowers people to lead their lives in a better and more productive and happier way.
Well, on one hand, and in terms of just communication, like I feel like I can talk to my friends a lot more. Like since I've come to college, I obviously can't see all my friends in high school, and Facebook has become a way to stay in contact with them and keep those friendships together. But at the same time, I feel like a stalker on Facebook because the status updates tell me things that I don't necessarily want to know. And so I'm like stalker or unintentionally.
I feel that online social networking websites like Facebook have allowed me to communicate to a much greater ability with my friends and family, and to be able to empathize with other people better. Because it used to be that there's this whole world of photographs, for instance, that people would take, but they would never really be able to share it with other people just because that technology hadn't been there. The internet was slow, and people didn't understand the software requirements. But now it's gotten to the point where I almost expect to see any photo that is taken around me to end up on Facebook and for me to view it. And I know that a lot of people would maybe see that as a negative thing in terms of security and privacy, but for me it allows me to empathize with other people better because I can see through their eyes in sort of a virtual reality experience.
I think that people become more aware of things that, like, it's like you didn't have to be there, but because of things like Facebook, they can see that and then they're kind of in on the joke afterwards. It like makes friendships stronger, I guess. Cell phone, my Nintendo DS. That's about it.
I carry my portable personal digital assistant, which allows me to communicate with people, allows me to carry my media with me. It's been an extremely important tool here at film school. It saved me countless trips back to my dorm room to look up a piece of information. I do all my scheduling, my address book in a digital fashion, and I find it helps me a lot. I'm 100% for digital filmmaking. I have almost no interest in dealing with physical film and developing and all that jazz. To me, digital workflows are the way of the future. And as we can see with digital photography, it will take over, because there was a lot of people that doubted that digital photography would overtake film photography. And now, we have companies that used to be, huge in the film photography market that don't even produce film cameras anymore.
It makes it a lot more accessible too, like for independent filmmakers if you go digital,
Sure.
and even for big studios, I imagine it'd be easier to just go all digital than it would be to continue using film.
Of course not. I mean, there's been centuries and centuries of humans that have survived without anything digital. But the difference is that we don't have to run around chasing woolly mammoths with spears. We can just go to the dining hall and eat food.
I think now it would be hard to go back to the old style of living now, because we've gotten so used to it that I think a lot of people wouldn't be able to adapt very well.
I'm ready.
Virtual reality. I think that'd be really cool. Just, especially video games wise. Just the idea of like playing a Mario game where you're actually like Mario and you're seeing everything. It just sounds really rad.
I'm also interested in a point in time where our computers are separated from the monitors and input devices. So for instance, we could have a computer that is in a building, say, but the screen that we're looking at and the input device are separated. And it's not a real social situation. And I think that maybe is the danger of being too deeply entrenched in technology, is that you begin to think that you are able to get the things that you need to survive via technology. For instance, in World of Warcraft, apparently there's this functionality where you can push a button and it'll order a pizza, a real life pizza, that will be delivered at your door. That way you can get the pizza and eat the pizza as you continue playing the video game.
Wait, are you serious?
Yeah.
There's an order pizza button?
Apparently.
No, really?
He's like, I'm gonna do this.
No, it's just that seriously?
Yeah. And, there's devices like what spacemen use when they have to use the bathrooms. I mean, eventually you get to the point where you never even look away from the screen. And I think we see the danger of that in the movie WALL-E, where the humans of the future are so deeply entrenched in communicating via technology that they forget about the human element that is all around them.
But you can order pizza. Are you trying to say that we need the real life social interactions and not just the over online thing that's present in World of Warcraft? Like we need that physical element of seeing people and talking to them?
Okay.
What is the human element? I don't know.
I thought when you were talking about the human element, you meant the physical interactions in real life socials.
I mean, I feel like it's important to talk with real humans face to face and something. There's something about that probably is healthy.